Aloha and welcome to this brief tutorial on making predictions and asking questions. When you're faced with a praxis passage, you should always try your best to make predictions and ask questions while reading a passage. Let's start with our first strategy in making predictions and asking questions. To start, we'll begin reading. Further analysis of Memorial Hall and of the archival sources that describe the process of building it suggests that the past may not be the central subject of the hall, but only a medium. Let's pause here and take some time to look a little bit more at this particular sentence. Now, obviously, this is the first sentence of the passage. Make sure that you note all first sentences within praxis passages, because the first sentence of a praxis passage often gives readers very big indicators on the main idea or subject or even topic of a given passage. So, thinking about this first sentence, what do you think the remainder of the passage will focus on? In order to make predictions, we should look at keywords. So, one of the keywords is, it looks like this building, referring to Memorial Hall. We also know that archival sources were pulled up or used to describe the process of building it. But really, the main point suggests that the past may not be the central subject of the hall, but only its medium. So, I think the key words here are Memorial Hall and the central subject of Memorial Hall. You should always ask yourself after reading the first sentence of a praxis reading passage if the first sentence contains information that could lead you to the main idea of the passage. Let's keep on reading to find out more information. What message then does the building convey, and why are the fallen soldiers of such importance to the alumni who built it? Part of the answer, it seems, is that Memorial Hall is an educational tool, an attempt by the Harvard community of the 1870s to influence the future by shaping our memory of their times. The commemoration of those students and graduates who died for the Union during the Civil War is one aspect of this alumni message to the future, but it may not be the central idea. Wow, well, reading through this entire passage, it really seems that the first sentence of this subject certainly is developed more within the passage. So I think it's really safe to say that the first sentence of this passage certainly is the main idea. And we were able to make predictions in a way about this main idea further on in the paragraph. Another thing that's really important to do while reading a praxis paragraph is not only make predictions but ask questions. So let's do that. First of all, what message then does the building convey? This is a really great question that the author brings up. And the author continues asking, why are the fallen soldiers of such importance to the alumni who built it? This question is a rhetorical question. It's kind of asking a question which then the author provides a very clear answer to. So I think that while this sentence is valuable, I don't have too many questions about it because it's not necessarily a direct statement. So let's keep moving. Part of the answer, it seems, is that Memorial Hall is an educational tool, an attempt by the Harvard community of the 1870s to influence the future by shaping our memory of their times. Well, I think this is a really kind of interesting part of this sentence, especially influence the future by shaping our memory of their times. So, one question that I have is, I wonder in what ways this Memorial Hall tries to shape people's memory. since we really don't get a full grasp of what exactly Memorial Hall is, it's a little bit challenging to know exactly in what ways Memorial Hall tries to shape memories. Let's keep reading. The commemoration of the students and graduates who died for the Union. So it looks like, my question here is, it seems like these students and alumni became soldiers? I'm going to do a question mark there. I think that's the case, but not totally sure, so that's my question there. So let me reread this sentence. The commemoration of those students and graduates who died for the Union during the Civil War is one aspect of this alumni message to the future, but it may not be the central idea. So it looks like there's some type of commemoration to honor those who passed away. So maybe the alumni message is trying to remind others, more specifically people in the future, to remember these soldiers who fought during the Civil War. Oops. Okay. So, however, this is a feature. It doesn't seem to be the central or main idea. So another question I have is, what is the central idea of Memorial Hall? We don't really get that information, and we might not know that information, but it's a good question to ask and consider, and to realize that we won't be able to get that information from this particular passage.